Your husband, your man, he loves you, but does he like you? Now, there is a very big, distinct difference there. This might ruffle a few feathers. This might hit a little deep, but if you're brave enough to do some introspection, do some behavioral analysis on your own behalf, then this video is for you. Quick disclaimer, before I get started, this video is not at all for marriages dealing with severe toxicity like abuse, addiction, betrayal, none of that. This is for the majority of us that just feel like they're missing a little something, a little spark, some sweetness, some joy, some affection. So let's get started. Gather around the wives who have gotten a little too comfortable lately with the nagging, the moodiness, the boredom. Maybe you even feel a little bit burnt out. I say this with so much love. There might be a disconnect in your marriage that is rooted in your behavior, maybe even more of your behavior than his. I've been married for over 5 years and with the same man for 11. I read once that an expert is someone who has made all the mistakes. That is me, 100% me, and I say that very proudly. That's why I'm here to share all the things that I've been and the behaviors that I've changed that make my husband happy and make our marriage just run like a well-oiled machine. I'm not perfect, but I do believe that I have cracked the code on how to keep your husband happily affectionate and deeply connected to you. What kind of wife are you or have you been lately? Number one, let's start with the big one, the nagging and negative wife. When your husband gets home from a long day of work, do you greet him with a kiss and a smile? Or are you reminding him that he is about 20 minutes late? This matters because nagging causes so much resentment. Constant criticism toward your man makes him feel like nothing he does is ever enough, and you start seeing everything he does through a negative lens. So you're gonna have to check yourself. How do you greet him? How do you ask him for help? How do you interact when he needs downtime? The thing is when we start acting this way, when we start behaving so hostile toward our husbands, and then we ask later on, why aren't you giving me hugs? Why aren't you giving me kisses? Why aren't you giving me love? Why aren't you showing me affection? You know, this creates a hostile atmosphere and it makes him being affectionate toward you very awkward. So it's like you are pushing this person away by saying mean things or being rude or naggy toward him. It's like, of course, he's not gonna feel safe and comfortable to come up to you and give you a hug and a kiss because you're upset. So practical reset for this is if he wants to go upstairs and play video games after work, instead of nagging and being like, oh my God, you never hang out with me or the kids, don't guilt him. Say, have fun, babe. Win for one of us. When he walks to the door, hug him. Do not make him feel like he's walking into an interrogation room. Please be warm, be peaceful, be a space that he looks forward to coming home to. Be that comfort pillow for him when he gets home from wherever he's gone. Next, let's talk about your attitude and energy. The vibe that you carry in your marriage matters so much more than you think. Are you compulsively negative? Are you complaining? Is nothing ever good enough for you? Reality check. Men want to do nice things for their wives, but nobody wants to do things for someone who never seems to be satisfied. It's just the truth. Here's a practical reset for that. Do one act of love for him daily, not because he earned it, but because he's yours. He's your husband. So you do things for him out of love and affection, like cook his favorite meal, send him a flirty text, bring him his coffee just the way he likes it, buy him a small gift that you know he'll geek out about. Do him a favor, if you know what I mean. These are easy ways to say, I see you, I appreciate you, and you matter to me. Newsflash, nobody wants a deal with your nasty, stinking attitude. I'm telling you, especially your man. When you were dating, when you guys were in the beginning phases of this budding relationship, were you constantly complaining? No, when he bought you a flower, he could bring you a cheap little gumball ring and say, I won this for you. And you'd be like, oh my God, this is so sweet of you. I love it. How cute. It's special to me. I remember when boyfriends used to do that to me and my mom could have like rolled her eyes and I'm like, well, it's not special for you, but it's special for me because he brought it for me. I appreciated it. I appreciated the small things, the small acts of kindness. Now you can do that for him and give yourself an attitude adjustment, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of stress going on in his life and everyone's lives. If you have kids and you're busy, you know what it's like. You want to be that person that uplifts him and makes him feel great. He doesn't want to come home to you being all negative, complaining about this, complaining about that. That's not how we're supposed to be. So give yourself a little reality check there. The next one may ruffle a few feathers, but hear me. How you present yourself matters. You need to take care of yourself. Not because you need to be a trophy wife, but because it affects your confidence and his attraction. I don't know how we got here, but we live in a culture that worships comfort. I don't care. I'm comfortable. As long as I'm comfortable, that's all that matters. No, we forget that putting in effort also cultivates joy, connection, and confidence. Think back on this. How did you look on your early dates? You put your best foot forward, I'm sure. Were you intentional? Were you excited? Were you effortful? Were you maybe even a little bit more flirty? Don't walk around your house in mismatching sweatpants and his t-shirt. Don't walk around your house with a big messy bun like hanging out at the top of your head. You haven't showered for days. You have to put some effort in yourself. Men are visual creatures. They like to see beauty. I'm not saying you need to wear a full face of makeup every single day. I don't think that that's very practical. But yeah, putting on a little bit of mascara, a little bit of lip gloss, making sure you're clean, that you're groomed, that your hair is kept, is going to make a huge difference in how he looks at you and how he treats you. And you want him to be proud of you, of bringing you around. So clean up. Put a little something on, just at least while he gets home, if not for yourself, because it does make you feel good about you. You look at yourself and you're like, okay, this looks nice. I look nice, and he's going to notice it too. A practical reset for this is keep your hair decent. Throw on some mascara, some lip gloss, wear the pretty panties. You don't need to look like some Hollywood celebrity. Just put in some effort. As I said, men are visual, and honestly, it makes you feel so much better about yourself too. When you go out with other people, you put in effort. Those people don't necessarily matter on a day-to-day basis, but you put in the effort for them. You put in the effort when you go out to get drinks with your girls. You put in the effort when you go to church. Why not put in the effort around the man that really matters in your life? Why not look good for somebody who is providing for you and your family, who is sleeping in your bed every night, who is taking care of you? Like, why not put in the effort for that person? I'll see men who treat their coworkers and their friends better than they do their wives, when it's their wives and their family and the people that they're closest to that matter to the most. Don't pour so much energy in other people who really don't make a difference, when you should be pouring your effort and your energy to people that actually matter on a day-to-day basis in your life. This next one may be uncomfortable, but it is very necessary. You need to stop relying on your husband for your self-worth and happiness. Your husband is not responsible for your happiness or your self-security. This manifests in so many ways. It can look like you get insecure if he doesn't answer the phone immediately. Where does your mind go to? You rely on his attention to feel good about yourself. You constantly need affirmation. You constantly need him to tell you that you're beautiful, or that you look great today, or your body's amazing. He is not responsible for that. Or you crumble emotionally if he is not filling your cup. That is far too much weight to put on another human being. If you want a loving, consistent marriage, you need to work on your emotional health too. You need to look inside of yourself and be like, well, how do I feel about me? Why do I feel this way about me? Why do I need him to constantly fill that space for me? And oftentimes it's because we don't feel great about ourselves. I used to be that person that if I felt ugly, I would think him and everybody else thought the same thing inside as well. So I would need to question all the time, like, how do I look? Do I look okay? Do I look good? Or remind him, hey, you didn't say I look good today. So in my mind, I'm thinking that just means I don't look good. That is not your husband's job. That is your job. You need to feel good about you. And then when he does compliment you or he does say something about it, it's just a bonus. If you're watching this and there's something that I said that really hit home, maybe you're feeling burnt out as a mom, or you're struggling to be the wife that you want to be, or you're just tired of doing it all without feeling supported, I want you to know that you do not have to do it alone. I have opened up a few one-on-one coaching guidance spots for moms who want accountability, guidance, a safe, genuine space to talk things through, whether it's about patience, marriage, your kids, or just finding yourself again in the middle of it all. These are private sessions where you and I can talk honestly one-on-one, and I will give you tailored support and practical tools to encourage you. And these are rooted in faith and in wisdom. If you're not sure yet, that is totally okay. I'm also offering free 10-minute compatibility calls to see if we are a good fit before you commit. The link is in the description below. Okay, let's get back to it. Listen, you click this video for a reason. You don't just want to be loved by your husband. You want to be liked. You want to be pursued. You want to be respected. It starts with how you show up. Not to be some perfect Stepford wife, but as a woman who is sweet, confident, considerate, fun, supportive, and secure in herself. Remember that this is a long game, ladies. Acts of kindness, gratitude, intentional presence, respect that you give, it all compounds and makes a huge difference in the long run. So take a look in the mirror lovingly, because if you want a man who cherishes you, it helps to be a woman who makes his life better, not heavier. Be that comfy, cozy place for him to come home to. Be that wonderful, beautiful, well-kept woman that he dated before. Not saying that you need to be the same person you were. We always evolve. But the good things, we need to still take them with us, and we need to implement that in our marriages. Well, I hope that this video helped you today and encourages you. And it's good to talk to you as always. And I'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. I don't know if you want to. Anyways, we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.